black boot pacer with my shadow as my company. I was a stone cold sinner, sharp tooth killer. I rely on no one but me. But then she found me out, tracked me down, promising to love faithfully. Yeah, my baby don't talk to nobody, she just waits for me. 'Cause the room will be on fire and the walls come tumbling down. Now my baby still waits for me. Well, I could feel it slipping away when her eyes started looking like stone.
Hello everybody, Crypto Talk here, and we will be starting the stream. Hello everybody, Crypto Talk. Oh, here, 1 second. Let me try that again. I have the stream up on a different laptop, and so we're starting to have some feedback from that. But anyways, as I was saying, we will be starting this stream. It is 3:54 where I'm at, so we are 30 minutes within 30 minutes away from starting the stream. So please stick around if you are, or be sure to come back in that 30-minute range for us to get started. We're going to go over some different articles that I've found to be interesting, and we're going to have some feedback on each of those articles, and in between each of those articles I will also be doing a earn event. Um, so anyways, stick around, and you want to be sure to stick around for the very last one because that's going to be the biggest earner of all. So anyways, just a little heads up on that. Anyways, I want to get back to the music going while I focus on getting a few last minute things taken care of before we kick this off. Alrighty, as I stated earlier, we are 30 minutes away. It just now hit 4 o'clock where I'm at, so we are 30 minutes away from this stream going live. We are live now, actually, but I mean 30 minutes away from me starting my part of the stream. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the music while we sit here and while I get my stuff together and while y'all wait for me to get this stream started. While I get my stuff together, and while y'all wait for me to get this stream started.
within her eye. I wanna be with you day to night in your arms till I feel my delight. I wanna give it all, have it all with you. I wanna be with you day to night in your arms till I feel my delight. I wanna give it all, have it all with you. 'Cause that's how it is. I need a good night kiss. She said you never, 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 never know me. 'Cause you're the type of guy that never has no money. You know you never, 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 never know me. 'Cause you're the type of guy that never has no money. My name is Hello Hooligan, but you can call me Hooli. From the moment that I saw you, yeah, I knew you were a cutie. Come and see me by the stage, and I'm not acting on a face. Enlisted on a mission for the lineup on the page. And now my name is Hello Hooligan, but you can call me Hooli. From the moment that I saw you, yeah, I knew you were a cutie. Come and see me by the stage, and I'm not acting on a face. Enlisted on a mission for the lineup on the page. And I wanna be with you day to night in your arms till I feel my delight. I wanna give it all, have it all with you. I wanna be with you day to night in your arms till I feel my delight. I wanna give it all, have it all with you. 'Cause that's how it is. I need a good night kiss. She said you never, 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 never know me. 'Cause you're the type of guy that never has no money. Need a good night kiss. Never, never, never know me. 'Cause you're the type of guy that never has no money. I wanna be with you day to night in your arms till I feel my delight. I wanna give it all, have it
Alrighty, we are getting close to that 20-minute mark. Here we're going to begin at 4:30 Central, or whatever they call it. I don't know which one to call it. Anyways, the stream's going to be starting here in within 20 minutes. So stick around and you'll get to start joining in on some earnings. Thank you.
Simulation.
This is the day your life will surely change. Simulation. Simulation.
Simulation.
This is the day your life will surely change. Simulation. Simulation. friends and listen to me sing. Can't stop crying, but I don't feel a thing. Now you like me better than the money. Now you like me better than the money. You know I love to start. Now you like me better than the money. Now you like me better than the money. You know I love to start. Clench my teeth, thought they breathe in the backseat. On my knees, baby, rock me like you own me. On these streets, I've been bad at night, sorry. Baby, rock me like you own me. Baby, rock me like you own me. Baby, rock me like you own me. Punish me, you know I love the sweet sound. Baby, bury me where I will never be found. I'll let you feel me from the inside out. Flesh and bone, stripping on my crown. You know you love me, you know you love me inside out. Hey, you know you love me inside, you know you love me inside out. Now you like me better than the money, now you like me better than the money. Inside out. Now you like me better than the money, now you like me better than the money. On the inside, inside out. Clench my teeth, thought they breathe in the backseat. On my knees, baby, rock me like you own me. Burn these streets, I've been bad at night, sorry. Baby, rock me like you own me. Baby, rock me like you own me. Baby, rock me like you own me. Baby, rock me like you own me.
Alrighty, we are literally 3 minutes away from starting this broadcast. Alrighty, it is 4:30, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Get rid of my stream will begin message. Alrighty. So, got that taken care of. Alrighty, hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in on this live stream. Hopefully the music is not too loud. I noticed last time when I did the playback, it sounded like the music was pretty much too low to where you couldn't even hear it. So, hopefully it's better now. I'm gonna turn down just a little bit more. I've got an earphone in on this other laptop and I'm trying to listen to myself real quick before I get into this too far. Alright, I think I found an equal adjustment there. Alright, I believe we're ready to start this. Alright, we have 3 viewers right now. Of course, one is me because I'm trying to view my chat on the other laptop. But I want to go over a few articles that I found to be very interesting. After each article, we're going to do an earn session or whatever you want to call it. That way, my viewers can earn at the same time that they are watching my stream. And I'll be looking at my laptop periodically to try to keep up with chat. So please bear with me. If you say something in chat and I don't respond right away, please bear with me. It'll take me a second, but I will get to you. So this stream is going to be basically me covering different articles that I found to be very interesting. I'm going to, read through each article. After each article, we're going to do a earn session. So be sure to stick around for those. And I will say the very last, I want to say the very last session will be like the biggest. But we'll see how it goes. I should have wrote down how much each session was going to be, and I totally didn't. I should have done the wheel, and of course, I didn't have the wheel made. So I'm definitely not prepared for this session like I thought I was going to be. Anyways, let's just get into it and we'll just see how it goes. So this first article that I wanted to go over, XRP big move, could shock doubters who believed XRP would stay low forever. This was published the 28th of May of this year, written by Sam Wisdom Raphael, and of course after each of these articles I will be sure to post the link in the chat. So let me I am so unprepared. Let me bring up the thing real quick so that I can actually post those in the chat without messing up. Okay. There. Now I've got it up to where I can post it in the chat as well after I go over each article. So, anyways, as I was saying, so XRP might be on the verge of a major run that could take many by surprise, especially those who've grown doubtful after watching its price hold steady for a while. According to crypto commentator Zena, Investors who ignore the bigger picture risk missing out as they focus too much on the lack of immediate price movement instead of the steady progress behind the scenes. She mentioned this while highlighting a recent report by The Street. The report called attention to growing institutional interest in crypto, and XRP in particular. It featured comments from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who mentioned why crypto ETFs have gained so much traction lately. He explained that for years, big money investors like pension funds and endowments had no easy way to access digital assets. Their only options were either to hold crypto themselves or go through exchanges, neither of which suit traditional firms, neither of which suited traditional firms. Crypto ETFs changed that, opening the door for Wall Street to get involved in a more familiar and regulatory way. Garlinghouse also pointed out that the rise of these ETFs is helping to bring more structure and legitimacy to the entire crypto space, much like gold ETFs did in the past. In recent weeks, several XRP-related investment products have hit the market. These include future-based ETFs from firms like Teucrium Investment Advisors and Volatility Shares, as well as XRP futures on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Although none of these are spot ETFs yet, 9 such applications are still waiting for approval, showing growing momentum in XRP's corner. Despite this, XRP's price has remained relatively stable, currently trading around $2.30. And Zena's take comes against this backdrop. She expressed disbelief that so many people can't see what's happening right in front of them. In her view, the market isn't reacting to news like it used to, as strong developments don't lead to instant price jumps anymore. She pointed out that this is not just the case with XRP, but with most major cryptocurrencies these days. Xena believes this law has deceived people into thinking XRP will always stay this low. She strongly disagrees. To her, the ongoing changes, especially the growing role of institutions, are setting the stage for a big move. According to her, when XRP finally takes off, people who dismissed it now will be the ones wondering how they didn't see it coming. She suggests they will look back and realize the clues were there all along. They just didn't believe it. Her view echoes bullish projections from other market commentators. For instance, market analyst EGRAG Crypto has persistently championed a possible XRP rally to $27, citing several technical catalysts, including XRP's potential to repeat its historic 2017 performance. In addition, more ambitious price targets such as $100 and $1,000 have even emerged. Interestingly, community commentator Barry C. believes XRP could surge to $100 this year. Last month, Matthew Brennan, the Crypto Guard COO, projected that XRP could hit $1,000 in the next 10 years. However, several investors remain skeptical, with most of them calling attention to the upsurge required for these targets and the market cap implications. Despite this, individuals like Xena believe these skeptical investors would face the biggest shock when XRP claims some of these lofty prices. So, interesting, I thought, for sure. Let me see if there is more. Oh, that just goes on about the author and stuff. And I am so sorry about websites having all these. There's going to be a bunch of ads, and I just want to apologize in advance for that. I had to stop reading for a second because I noticed that my webcam was not even showing. So I was like, I gotta fix that so people can see my face. Alright, so what is y'all's take on that? Do you think, and my mouse is dying, oh goodness, I need to get more prepared for these streams. So what are your thoughts. I know on a previous stream they were talking about XRP price going up really high, and that's kind of been, I feel like that's kind of been the talk going on for I don't know how long, that XRP is gonna shoot up, and that, you know, it's like every post or a lot of stuff that I see, it's like today's the day. It's always today's the day, or it's happening soon. So what are y'all's thoughts and comments? Let's see here. I only show to have one person watching my stream right now. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to get these out here to y'all so y'all can be here on time. So anyways, any comments from whoever's watching me? Type it in chat. Let's see here. Like, my work schedule doesn't work out with the poll that I've done as far as what day is the best day to stream. Let me know what you think. What do you think about the article? All right, so looks like I only have one viewer right now, and I'm not getting any feedback from Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and do an earn for this first article. Hopefully more people will stick around and giving some more feedback as I go through the articles. Let's see here. So type in 1, the number 1. For the first article that we just went over. Give it a few minutes before we start off with the next article. Pretty sure my battery has died in my other mouse completely, so that is not good. I am getting views on YouTube, so that's good. Yeah, my mouse has died. I've got to get batteries. This is going to be irritating having to use the keypad. I have received a couple likes on that stream on YouTube. I do have one viewer sticking around, it looks like. So I'm going to continue on with the next article, and we'll see if I get some feedback. On Tangled. Don't have anything coming in on the chat yet on YouTube streams. So, anyways, okay, so we will continue on with the second article. So that was the first article, and the first earn event for the article has ended. So stick around for more chances. Get on to this next article real quick. All right. So this next article, expert sets bullish price target, says XRP will pump without warning. So let's see what they have to say. Let's see here. Let me silence this real quick because I can still hear myself. Okay. Better. So the XRP community is once again charged with excitement following a bold price prediction from prominent crypto analyst Jack the Rippler. In a recent post on X, Jack the Rippler shared a chart forecasting the XRP could surge dramatically, reaching between $28 and $30 by October 2025. This message was clear and empathetic. XRP is going to pump without any warning. This assertion has captured the attention of both seasoned investors and new entrants in the crypto space, reigniting debates about XRP's long-term potential and its readiness to break free from years of regulatory headwinds and price stagnation. But what's fueling this sudden wave of optimism, and how realistic is this bullish projection? And so here is the post that Jack the Rippler made on XRP. XRP is going to pump without warning. Let's see here. So there's the post. Guess that's his interpretation of what's going to happen. Anyways, let me get out of that. And so we'll continue on here. Jack the Ripper's forecast isn't appearing in a vacuum. The bullish sentiment surrounding XRP has been gradually building, especially with recent developments around the Ripple SEC lawsuit. The legal clarity has enabled Ripple to ramp up its operations, focusing on regions with crypto-friendly regulatory frameworks. At the same time, institutional interest in Ripple's payment solutions, particularly its on-demand liquidity service, has been expanding across global corridors, including Latin America, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East. These developments position XRP not just as a speculative asset, but as a key player in the evolving global payments infrastructure. Jack the Ripper's price target of 28 to 30 is undeniably ambitious. At current valuations, such a surge would represent an astronomical increase, placing XRP's market cap into territory usually reserved for the very top echelon of global assets. For context, XRP has historically hovered in the 50 cent to $1.50 range over the past few years, even during periods of heightened market activity. And just to see where we're at right now, let's see here. The current price of XRP is $2.26. I'm just gonna. So the highest it's got, if I can get it there to stay, was $3.12, and that was back in January 25th of this year. So I mean, I feel like we're staying up there pretty good. So it's not got back down to $1, so I say we're doing pretty good still. Let's see here. However, the crypto markets are no stranger to explosive, seemingly unpredictable rallies. Assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum have repeatedly defied expectations, posting massive gains during bullish cycles that were once thought impossible. For XRP, several catalysts could propel it toward Jack the Ripper's bold target: the mass adoption of Ripple's payment solutions, deeper institutional integration, increased regulatory clarity, and the possibility of major partnerships or even central bank digital currency collaborations built on the XRP ledger. Importantly, the phrase "without warning" underscores the often volatile and sudden nature of crypto market movements. Although fundamentals are important, the crypto market has repeatedly demonstrated that sentiment, hype, and speculation can propel prices to astonishing heights, particularly when limited supply meets rapid demand growth. So this goes on a little further. Within the XRP community, Jack the Ripper's prediction has sparked both excitement and caution. His supporters highlight his proven track record of accurate analysis, citing his technical charts that frequently identify crucial resistance and breakout points. Skeptics, however, caution that such dramatic targets should be taken with a grain of salt, emphasizing the importance of measured long-term investment strategies over hype-fueled chasing. Regardless of where one stands, it's clear that XRP is entering a phase of renewed attention. Investors are closely monitoring macroeconomic trends, regulatory developments, and Ripple's business moves, as those factors could impact XRP's future performance. With Bitcoin's next halving cycle already setting the stage for a broader crypto bull run, XRP could well be poised to ride the wave, potentially validating Jack the Ripper's bold claim that the pump will come swiftly and without warning. Jack the Ripper's latest bullish call on XRP. has injected fresh energy into the market with his prediction of a $28 to $30 price target by October 2025, igniting both enthusiasm and debate. While such projections are certainly ambitious, they reflect the persistent belief among XRP advocates that the asset's true potential has yet to be unlocked. As Ripple continues to expand its global reach and XRP gains further utility in cross-border payments, a sudden and dramatic price surge remains a possibility. Whether or not XRP hit Jack the Ripper's lofty target, one thing is certain: in the fast-moving world of crypto, transformative moments often arrive when least expected, and XRP investors are watching closely. I believe that. I believe the XRP diehards are probably definitely on top of it, and they've probably got their numbers already set on when they want to sell and when they want to buy again. So I'm excited about where XRP is going to go. I believe that it is definitely going to get higher in price. I don't think it's going to be stuck where it is for a long time, especially with the president wanting to do a reserve in BTC or Bitcoin, however you want to word it. So that is very interesting, I think. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Do you think there will be... Do you think we will see a price range of 28 to 30 by October 2025? That would be a really good poll, I think, for me to do in the chat. Let's see, will XRP hit 28 to 30 by October 2025? Yes or no? Why is it saying I spelled that wrong? Because I did. Oh my gosh. Let me try that again. Goodness. Apparently I don't know how to type. Alright. There. Fixed it. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think it will? Do you think it won't? What are your thoughts on that? So, I'll give you a few minutes. I personally don't think we would see that 28 to 30 by the end of October. I think we will first have to maintain a price, which we've been staying in the $2 range. So that's good. But before we get to that 28 or 30, I think we're going to have to see more stability in the price. I don't see it jumping from 2 something to 28 to 30 right away. Like, it's going to be a gradual climb. And then, of course, I'm sure if it were to get up to $5, there's going to be a huge sell-off, because you're going to have those who have a crap ton saved up that don't want to lose out So they're going to sell. So we're going to see the price go back down. Maybe not all the way, but it's still going to go down some. So it's definitely going to be a hellacious roller coaster ride before we get there. And I don't see it happening by the end of this year. Now it may happen by the end of next year, but I don't think it's going to get up to $30, $28 to $30 by the end of this year. I just don't see it happening. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to happen? I don't know. I guess comment it in the comments below if you're going to be watching this stream after it's over. I'm still the only person watching it, looks like. But just in case, I'll go and do another earn keyword. Alright, keyword number 2. Type it in, number 2. And I am going to turn the cam off for a second so I can get me a drink. Alrighty, I am back. Alright, do I have any viewers? No. Looks like I'm the only person on here still. Alright. I will go ahead and end that one as well and get on to the third article. All right, so this article, 100 million people will own BTC soon. JD Vance at Bitcoin 2025. So JD Vance, speaking live at Bitcoin 2025, said that crypto is ground up innovation that is already helping millions of people. So speaking at the largest annual Bitcoin conference, this time held in Las Vegas, the Vice President of the United States addressed the entire cryptocurrency community in what is undoubtedly a pro-crypto speech. JD Vance outlined that he is bullish on technology, equating the cryptocurrency industry to genuine ground-up innovation that is already improving the well-being of tens of thousands of people. He also outlined that he believes 100 million people will own Bitcoin before not too long. Speaking on the broader industry, he said that crypto is a hedge against bad policy at Washington, regardless of which party is ahead, against skyrocketing inflation, which has eroded people's savings, hedge against the private sector that's willing to discriminate against consumers on the basis of their basic beliefs, including their policies. Going forward, Vance also touched on ending the controversial Operation Choke Point 2.0, while also vowing that the Trump administration will never try to handicap the crypto community. We reject weaponized regulators. We fired Gary Gensler, and we're going to fire everyone like him. We know their type, and we know the game they play. Under the pretense of consumer protection, they attacked every single effort to democratize our financial markets. So that's interesting to see. Don't know exactly how that's gonna be made possible, I don't know how that's gonna come about. But very interesting to see. I'm glad that the United States is definitely showing interest in crypto, especially Bitcoin. I mean, a Bitcoin was 100 and you know what? Let's just check that out as well, cause I'm curious. Why can I not type? Oh my gosh. Bitcoin current price. It was 109,000 last I looked. Okay, so it's 107,000 right now. Gosh, I wish I had just one Bitcoin. I would be happy with a quarter of a Bitcoin right now. I mean, gosh, I could take care of a whole lot of debt. Yes, with the quarter, just a fraction of one Bitcoin, I could take care of quite a bit of debt, and I'd be fine with that, you know. But anyways, one Bitcoin is worth 107,000 right now. That is a lot. I'm just gonna go. Let's see how far back. So let's see here. This chart does. I was trying to see how far back it would go. It looks like it'll only go back to 2016. But it's like Bitcoin had a really good rise here, 55. It was in 2021. It took a drop, went back up, took another drop, but it's been a pretty good climb. It got a little rough there, it looks like. But it went back up there. And I mean, we're 107,000. Wow. That's that's insane to look back on and see the progress of Bitcoin price. I never really paid attention to the price, how like the price of Bitcoin from the beginning to now. I mean, that's freaking pretty awesome. So it said it was invented in 2008. Use of currency began in 2009, it says. So I don't know what the price was of Bitcoin back in 2009 because this chart only goes back to 2016. So it'd be really interesting to see the cost or how much Bitcoin was when it began, because I'm curious what it was when I graduated high school. It was in 2005. 2005 price. If I can type. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Well, this doesn't really... Oh, well, this might tell me. Let's see if this will tell me. So, according to this chart that I'm seeing, the price of Bitcoin back in 2010 was 9 cents, I guess. Dang. If I would have known back then what I know now, I would have totally cashed in on some Bitcoin if this is right. Like, I'm reading this as the price of Bitcoin was 9 cents back in 2010. So it's 2025 now. So if that's right, 15 years later, it's over 100,000. Wow. That's amazing. Wow. Okay, that definitely puts things in more into perspective with Bitcoin. So yeah, so that's interesting. I don't know. It's possible, I guess. Looking at the Bitcoin price, maybe it is possible for XRP to be up in that $28 to $30 range by the end of the year. I don't know. I mean, I'd be kind of surprised if it happens, but looking at the price movement of Bitcoin, because that chart showed that it was just a year's time and it went from 9 cents to like $28. So I feel like a lot of Bitcoin holders probably hold XRP as well. So I think it could be possible now. Okay. That kind of makes me feel more likely believing that it's possible. So time will tell, right? As with everything, time will tell. All right, so that was our third article. So let's see here. Keyword number 3. Go ahead and top that in chat so that you can earn some millix for this session while I get another drink. Alright, looks like we have a few more viewers popping in now. About to get on to our next article. So be sure you type in keyword number 3 in the chat to earn for that article. I'm showing we have 3 people watching. One would be me, of course. So there should be 2 more people out there. We'll make this article worth 500K. So type in number 3 in the chat room to get your 500K. Make sure that you are subscribed to my Tangled profile. Alrighty. We're going to continue on with the next article. Alright, so this next article, sorry, my microphone looks like I messed it up. My gosh. Alright, so this next article is Bitcoin price will reach 130K or even 1.5. Top bulls say. So from let's see here. From institutional inflows to the rising stablecoin economy, the top Bitcoin bulls of 2025 are calling for prices as high as 1.5 million. Do they know something we don't? Let's scroll on down here. Top Bitcoin bulls in 2025 have updated their price forecast, and they range from a relatively cautious 130,000 to seven-figure moonshots. Familiar doubters like Goldbug Peter Schiff and economist Norel Robino continue to predict a catastrophic ending for the world's largest cryptocurrency. Meanwhile, Bitcoin spent the year with record-breaking rallies behind renewed institutional uptake. It set a new all-time high of $111,970 on May 22nd and has been trading near that level since, teasing investors with the possibility of a new ceiling. Here are some of the boldest, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Here are some of the boldest Bitcoin price predictions from the first half of 2025 so far. There's a little chart here. Adam Beck says Bitcoin tops 1 million if US jumps in. So Blockstream CEO Adam Beck said in November that Bitcoin could break 1 million this cycle if the US follows through with plans to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. In March, the White House did just that, though it has yet to be codified into law by Congress. The Bitcoin Reserve Act treats the world's first blockchain-based cryptocurrency as a digital gold-style reserve asset using coins seized from criminal cases. If the U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve happens, prepare for seven-figure Bitcoin this cycle. The market is skeptical on meaningful follow-through for now, so that is not at all priced in. U.S. states have started laying the groundwork. New Hampshire broke the ice on May 6 by signing a Bitcoin reserve bill into law. Later in the month, Texas lawmakers advanced a bill to establish a strategic cryptocurrency reserve backed by Governor Greg Abbott. Speaking with Cointelegraph magazine, Beck gave a 2025 price target of a few $100,000, including renewed retail demand once roughly $16 billion in FTX bankruptcy repayments re-enter the market. He added that he is confident many of those investors will cycle back into the crypto market to fuel the next big rally. Several analysts have set 200,000 as their target for Bitcoin in 2025. Geoff Kendrick, global head of digital assets at Standard Chartered, has been one of the leading voices. Kendrick said in an email note seen by Cointelegraph that Bitcoin is expected to hit 120,000 in the first half of 2025. We're really close to that. Like we just looked at the graph not long ago, and the price of it is 107,000. It may have went up or down some because that was a few minutes or a couple minutes ago, but we just looked at a graph. And we also looked at the current price. So 120,000 is not far from 107. So that's very interesting and lines up pretty close to what we've already seen. So I believe this article's got pretty good credit to believe what it's saying. And 200,000 by the end of the year. So that'd be really awesome if it does get up to 200,000. The U.S. Senate voted 66-32 to advance the Genius Act. Kendrick wrote in the email note, The point of the Stablecoin Act is that stablecoins will further legitimize the whole asset class. All boats will arise. So, I guess this is a chart that they've, I don't know who exactly, but I guess it's stating that basically it's trying to say that Bitcoin and other stable coins, like as long as Bitcoin is rising, then other stable coins are going to rise as well, is how I take it. Anyways, during a recent Chain Reaction X Spaces show hosted by Cointelegraph, other analysts weighed in with their 2025 outlooks. Andre Dragosh, head of European research at Bitwise, agreed with Kendrick's 200,000 year-end target. Marcus Thylene added that Bitcoin has historically moved in 16,000 price increments, placing its next key resistance around 122,000. Anthony Scaramucci, founder of Skybridge Capital and former White House communications director, also recently set his year-end target at 200,000 in a media interview. Former Goldman Sachs partner and Galaxy Digital founder Mike Novogratz remains one of the most prominent Bitcoin bulls in finance. Novogratz built a personal fortune through early investments in Bitcoin and Ethereum, though he also famously backed the failed algorithmic stablecoin project that led to the multi-billion-dollar collapse of the Terra ecosystem. Let's see here. We got Kathy Woods. She's forecasting Bitcoin to be at 1.5 million, it looks like, by 2030. Says which would require a compound annual growth rate of 58% over the next 5 years. Sorry, this one's got a whole lot of reading, so I'm trying to... in April 18th, X post, he said that Bitcoin will have broken 1 million by 2035 alongside gold at 30,000 and silver at 3,000 per coin. BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes, they're expecting it to get to 250,000 in 2025. Don't think that's, I don't know. I could believe it getting to 200,000 way more than 250. So, anyways, that's very interesting. So that was Article 4. Sounds like somebody's mowing outside. I hear a mower or something going. Alright, so I have no one watching on YouTube or Tangled at this moment. So I am going to continue on, I guess, to the next article. This next article is Bitcoin's Golden Cross confirmed. Here's the next record high target. Bitcoin's recent momentum could lead to gains of over 50% following the confirmation of a bullish Golden Cross technical formation. According to an analysis by Trading Shot, the Golden Cross emerged as Bitcoin formed the fourth bullish leg within a long-term channel up pattern that began after the November 2022 bottom. In a May 28 post on X, the analyst pointed out that his channel has reliably guided Bitcoin's price through multiple consolidation phases, often around the 0.550 Fibonacci retracement level before each breakout. I have no clue what that is. Anyways, a golden cross typically occurs when the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average. At the same time, Bitcoin's weekly MACD has printed a bullish cross, further supporting the upward trend. Historically, these indicators have preceded significant rallies, and the current market structure shows strong similarities. Bitcoin remains within its upward channel and appears to have room to move higher based on Fibonacci extension levels and the prevailing bullish pattern. Trading spot projects Bitcoin could climb to as high as 165,000, a potential 51% increase from its current price near 109,000. So they thinking, from what I'm understanding, they're not expecting Bitcoin to get above 165,000, it looks like. That's how I'm taking it. I may be wrong though. Meanwhile, in response to the Golden Cross, analysis from Smart Reversal has outlined several key short-term price levels to monitor in a separate May 28 X post. The analyst noted that this development is especially notable as similar signals haven't yet appeared in major stock indices. The upper bilingual band, which previously widened during periods of consolidation, has started to flatten and curve downward. This marks a shift from earlier behavior and could point to waning momentum. At the same time, the relative strength index has dropped to 65.79 after peaking near 84. Even as prices continue to rise, this kind of bearish divergence is often an early warning of a possible reversal. Bitcoin key price levels to watch. Currently, Bitcoin is facing resistance near 111,195, a level that coincides with a local high in the upper bilingual band. On the downside, support lies around the 20-day MA, which is approximately 109,191, the 50-day MA, which is near 105,595, and the 200-day MA at 96,716. If Bitcoin fails to push past the 111,195 resistance level and the RSI keeps trending lower, a pullback toward the 20 or 50 MA, the 50-day MA may follow. A drop below the 200-day average could signal a more bearish medium-term outlook. On the flip side, on the flip side, a clean breakout above the upper bilingual band would invalidate the bearish divergence and confirm the continuation of the bullish trend. Bitcoin is currently holding steady at nearly 110,000 despite lingering recession concerns. Notably, momentum is gaining support from increased corporate interest in holding Bitcoin as a treasury asset. For instance, as reported by Finbold, Trump Media and Technology Group, the parent company of Truth Social and partly owned by Donald Trump, announced a $2.5 billion capital rise to purchase Bitcoin. The funding includes a $1.5 billion stock sale and a $1 billion in zero coupon senior secured bonds. The deal is expected to close on May 29th. So that's going to be tomorrow. Yeah, that's tomorrow. So maybe we will hear something about this pretty soon in the news, because May 29th is tomorrow. So that would be pretty cool. So it looks like the current expectation of Bitcoin is to go anywhere by the end of the year to be anywhere between at the most 200,000. I believe this article was projecting 160. Was it? Yeah, 165,000. So we're looking at an estimation right now for Bitcoin to be between 160. I'm just going to say 150. So 150 to 200,000 is what we're looking at, because a previous article that we looked, or a few articles back that we looked at, they were expecting Bitcoin to be at 200,000 by the end of the year, and they were expecting it to be 100 by up to 120,000 by the middle of this year. And we're getting pretty close to the middle of the year, because June's coming up just a few days away, and we'll be pretty much in the middle of the year. And the price of Bitcoin right now is 107,000. So, I mean, it's lining up pretty good with all these articles. So, it'll be interesting to see where we're at price-wise on Bitcoin by the end of the year. Alrighty, y'all. That was our fourth article. Or, I'm sorry, our fifth. My gosh. So, type it in chat. Keyword is number 5. Type it in chat, and that'll be 500k millix that you will be getting. So what are your thoughts? Do you think we're going to see 120,000 by the end of June? And then will we get up to 200,000 by the end of the year? It's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Alright, I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then we're going to move on to our next article, and it will be our final earning. So be sure you stick around. So far, no one has stuck around. Kind of been talking to myself. So. Stream on YouTube has had 17 views. Stream on Tangled has had 17 as well. Alright, y'all, we're about to move on to the next article. So if you want that 500k, type the number 5 in the chat. Alright, moving on to the next article. Let's see here. Let me get this off the screen. Alright, Bitcoin versus gold. Bloomberg, strategist hints at shock twist ahead. So Bitcoin yield exceed 30-year treasury bond as strong gold correlation and political backing fuel its future reserve asset case. Bitcoin has now outpaced the 30-year U.S. treasury bond in yield performance, a major micro signal that's hard to ignore. This action is fueling the narrative that Bitcoin could be something greater than just a speculative instrument. As outdated bond yields trail, Bitcoin is becoming harder to ignore by institutional investors. Moreover, the yield divergence isn't oscillated. It comes as Bitcoin's price behavior increasingly mirrors that of gold, strengthening its position as digital gold. And this, I guess, let's see here. Let's see if I can understand this chart. Oh, there's that gold cross thing mentioned again that we was reading about in a previous article. All right. The important aspect to note in this case is Bitcoin's growing correlation with gold, with both assets now moving in greater synchronicity. Okay, anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. This isn't just a technical coincidence. Oh my gosh. This isn't just a technical coincidence. Investor behavior is driving the shift. The hedge appeal of Bitcoin is gaining mainstream recognition. Senator Loomis and U.S. Treasurer endorse Bitcoin, or BTC. U.S. Senator Cynthia Loomis was in the headlines when she stated the U.S. should aim to hold 5% of global Bitcoin supply, just as it does with gold. She was not alone in making that observation. Former U.S. Treasurer Rosie Rios added fuel to the fire with her declaration. Bitcoin is here to stay. The train has left the station. These public remarks by top officials are considered to be early signals of parliamentary interest. They also capture what the market is only beginning to factor in, a future scenario where BTC is included in national reserves. Since early May, the BTC's open interest accelerated dramatically, something which is interpreted as a sign of growing institutional demand. With yields higher than long-term bonds and increasing political support, Bitcoin is quickly becoming a serious contender for reserve asset status. This environment lays the groundwork for a possible long-term bullish outbreak. The combination of macroeconomic shifts and vocal legislative support could propel BTC's price even higher. And I guess this was, not sure when this was taken, but it had to be recently because that's 108,000. So it had been taken pretty recently. Does it? Let's see here. Just trying to see if it gave like an image or not an image. I mean a date of when this graph was made, but I don't see one. I don't see a date on there, but it has to be recent because that says 108,000. And we looked earlier and Bitcoin was 107,000. So it has to be recent. As Bitcoin's returns continue to outpace those of traditional assets and its connection to gold strengthens, people are beginning to view it in a new light. If politicians persist in advocating for its inclusion in reserves, Bitcoin could follow a trajectory previously reserved for gold. So anyways, interesting for sure. So looks like Bitcoin's definitely expecting to boost this year in price. Anywhere from 100 and one article said 165,000 up to 200,000, which was mentioned in a different article. So it's going to be interesting to see where exactly the price of Bitcoin ends up falling. So anyways, do I have any viewers? I'm getting likes and stuff on Tangled, and I'm showing there's 2 viewers. One is me, of course, because I've got the stream up over here for me to pay attention to chat in. Anyways, I don't know how to really plan for my streams because my schedule is not going to be the same. and I'm picking up a second job because of finances. So there's not a way for me to actually plan a specific time each week. So what I'm going to have to do is look at my schedule each week and I guess see when I'm available and try to give y'all like a couple days in advance notice. It's the only thing I know to do. So be sure, if you're enjoying this stream, be sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this stream on Tangled, then please be sure to subscribe to my channel, my Crypto Talk profile on Tangled as well. My user ID on Tangled is bgoins86, and I will actually, well, you won't be able to see it if I typed it in chat anyways after the stream ends. So never mind about that idea. Anyways, whether you're watching this on Tangled or YouTube, be sure you subscribe to my channel. That way you can know when the next stream will be. Thank you all for, well, first I gotta do a giveaway for this last article. So keyword is 6. Type it in, number 6, and that'll be another 500k coming to you. Be sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also subscribe to my Tangled Crypto Talk channel if you're watching me on Tangled. Give that a few minutes before I roll on with this. And I'm sad that my mouse died. I'm gonna have to get batteries. I was just telling my husband today that I needed to get batteries because my mouse were giving me a low battery signal. In fact, I was telling him like 30 minutes ago, because he was here for lunch. And I was like, oh hey, by the way, we need to get some batteries because my mouse is about to die. And it croaked on me already. So alrighty, so I'm gonna wrap this stream up. I'm not getting any feedback in the chat, so like I said, thank you all for tuning in and taking part in this stream, although no one really did anything. But thank you for those who gave the stream a like already. I greatly appreciate that. If you are not a member of Tangled, join my referral URL or scan the QR code that you see on the screen for a sign-up bonus from me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and to my Crypto Talk profile on Tangled. If you go to the URL that's at the bottom of this video, I don't think it'll show up on YouTube though. No, I don't think it does. Or does it? Yeah, never mind. It does show up on YouTube because I'm doing it on my phone. I'm doing it on my computer. I forget. It's when I stream from my PlayStation that my bottom border doesn't show up. So if you're on YouTube, be sure you go to the URL that's at the bottom of the screen. That is my referral URL. Use that or scan the QR code and send me a message on Tangled. Let me know that you joined up with my referral URL, and I will send you a bonus for signing up. If you have enjoyed the stream, please share it with others and be blessed. Be safe. And always do your own research. No matter what the project is, please do your own research before you do anything at all. With that note, I will see you all again next time. And y'all have a good one. Catch y'all later. Bye.